Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here and to continue this series. I have my heater on, so I just turn it off. And this is me. It's live and real. And that's how I am with everyone, with you guys, with my clients, with my team. I try to be myself. It's something that it never works when you try to be someone who you're not. And that's something that we're going to be talking today about. We're going to talking about client attraction. I started, as I told this many times, I started this agency without expecting to have an agency. I was working as a freelance, doing little jobs here and there, and then it grew into an agency, which it was great. But then I realized that at some point, as I grow, I had to scale. And scaling is, it's a process, and it took restructuring from my company, from my team, but also it took restructuring in my mind and how I was setting up my clients for success. And I was setting up myself to success too, because I want the client to be happy with me and get referrals from them. I want them to be happy with our work. But also I learned that many times I was giving my work for free, which that's a no to go. And also other times I learned as I was going how I had to restructure my company to work and to be profitable. So I just learned about pitching clients, and I learned that there are three things that are super important, and I have notes. The first one is authority. I found out that either you pitching someone because you got that meeting, because you approach a person or the company by cold calling or by contact or whatever it is, but you got to that meeting or someone came to you. Anyway, in that meeting, the first thing you need to do is to establish authority. I was told many times that first you need to hear the client. And for me, it worked the opposite. For me, it worked that the first thing you need to do is to establish an authority that it will give you, I want to make them feel comfortable, that they're working with someone that they know what they're doing. It took me a while to realize that most of the people who were coming to me as an agency, they were coming somehow damaged or burned, because they've been working with people that they weren't as professionals, or they were working with things that without having strong, the basics done, or they didn't have the strong fundamentals done in the business. I'm talking about digital marketing in this case. They didn't have the foundation ready to scale up or to do other things. Like, for example, it's great to put ads. It's a wonderful tool to do paid media. But if you don't have a website set up right to read and to get analytics at what you're doing and if it works or not, it's a problem. It's really a problem. And so you need to start from the basics. You need to make sure that your foundations are ready, and then you can go from it. So the first thing I learned is that I go with the client, and first I introduce myself. I tell my background, my nominations, my primes, my awards, whatever I had. And then also I establish why I'm good for them and I'm a good fit for their niche. I'm a fit for every niche? No, absolutely not. I have experience in every niche? No, absolutely not. But there are a lot of parallels in many niches, and you can explain that why. The second thing is listen. Listen to your client or prospective client. What are their worries? And oh, I forgot, before I got to the listen, I always prepare for meetings. I never go to a pitch without being prepared and doing a little listening or analytics of where are they standing. I'm prepared. I know what they do. So then when I'm listening, I can assess the right questions. It's important that when you're approaching a client, or prospective client, they feel very clear that you understand them and they understand their business. So do your research, never be unprepared for a meeting. Know who are their competitors, who are the leaders in that space, and how they can be different. Something also that I learned is don't rush on giving ideas in a meeting. It's great to demonstrate that authority. That's why you do it at the beginning, but don't give them all ideas, because first of all, I don't feel comfortable giving ideas because I didn't do a deep research. I don't have the analytics. I don't have the information, the complete information to make an educated decision what's the best strategy. But also what I learned is that many times if you give all these ideas, maybe they are not the right ideas for them. They can be great, but it cannot be right for them. Or maybe keep those ideas in mind, make yourself notes, and then you can give those ideas once they are your clients. Because it's like an icky situation that you give all the ideas and then you see them doing those ideas by someone else. And it happened way too many times to me, and that's not cool. Anyway, so listening to their problems, their concerns, and then after you listen, then you can tell them, again, I normally go back to basics and I go, this is the fundamentals, this is what we need to fix. And then from going there, something is happening here in my Facebook at the same time. And what I want to say is listen to their concerns, because if their concerns are ads that they're putting a lot of money and they're not working well, of course, you're going to have to fix fundamentals. And in my case, fixing fundamentals means a lot of work, but also means that I need to be thinking these are their worries, so they need to be addressed. So you need to make sure that in the proposal and when you're talking to them, you give them a way that you can do it all. And the third point is to be honest. And it's something that I always try to finish every meeting in a high note, but also to set expectations right. Like I do marketing, and I work with companies that they don't have incredible budget. So I'm honest. I say, this is what I can promise you, and this is what I cannot promise you. In the long run, the goal is to get this, and this, absolutely. But also set up expectations right and make sure that they understand those expectations, because lack of communication, if you start that way, it's not going to go well. And also what is really important is that you hit it with the other person. If you don't feel like it's the right fit, it's not even worth it. Or if you don't feel like you can help and you're just trying to get the business just to get the business, to me, it's not worth it. I've been to meetings and I told them, listen, I think you're great. I think what you're doing is great, but I don't think we are the right fit for you, either because I don't feel like personality wise we're going to work out, or because I feel like I don't think that your expectations are right, or that you're gonna respect. We have our logistics as an agency, and I know what expectations I can set and write. And when I see someone who wants to have unrealistic deadlines, it's not something that is manageable or is going to have good results. And I'm never going to promise that. Okay, so I gave you my 3 tips today. The first one is to establish authority. The second one is to listen. And the third one is to be honest. And I'm trying to go and see if I have any comments here and any questions, because I cannot see it. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer here. And I'm going to be putting this in the group as well, so you can see it. And if you have any questions, you can always put them right there and I will try to answer. All right, I hope you have a great end of the week and I will see you next week. Bye.